Welcome to Ron Herman. This is the original location entrance. This is the original sign. So since 1976, people have been coming here from all over the world and they've entered this door. So I'm very proud and very happy to welcome you to this store and this location, the original Ron Herman on Melrose. Please come inside and let's look around. We can learn more and I'll be happy to show you so many more things and talk to you about our future. This is a very special day to celebrate because today our business is 10 years old in Japan, 43 years old in Los Angeles, and just considering all of the people who have helped take the Ron Herman brand to where it is today. And as I walked through the store, I realized that a couple of years ago, I began to think, what's going to happen? What does our future look like? How are we going to become important in the future? And how do we become relevant? And who is going to do this? And I turned to our Japanese family and I said, would you like to come to Los Angeles? And would you like to be part of the succession of the brand Ron Herman on the global stage? And luckily, Koki, Sezabi, and the entire Ron Herman Japan family enthusiastically said yes. So I had the opportunity of a lifetime, which began a couple years ago, to have a dream come true. I have to say, I've always thought that this is a very special place. And now, beginning 10 years ago, it became very clear to me that this is a sacred place. Sacred to Koki, sacred to the people that have worked here, and to all of the customers who have shopped here. So I feel a very serious responsibility to protect and to continue this sacred business. And so the plan now, and going forward, is to encourage the customers to take another look at Ron Herman and to introduce Ron Herman as a brand that has been around a long time, yes, but look at all the new things we're doing. New products, new collaborations, new people, new events, new customers, and all of the things that we're doing today that I know will be so important to all of us in the future. There have been so many people who have worked here, who have met their wives, significant others, who have had children and come back to work. This is like a dream come true. And this has been a dream of both Koki, Mine-san, and myself to bring this dream to reality. And I see it happening today. And I'm meeting with so many people coming from Japan who are part of the Ron Herman family, architects, designers, managers, buyers, merchandisers, accounting and board members who are all coming together finally after 10 years to take over the global presence of Ron Herman. And I want really to take just a moment to say, I'm so grateful, first of all, to Koki for coming here and shaking my hand 10 years ago, but I'm also grateful to the support that he was given from Sezabi League and the board of directors and all of the members of Sezabi League and the people that trusted Koki to come to work for Ron Herman and the people that worked so hard and have been so loyal and dedicated to the Ron Herman brand, that now I sit here and I feel that the future is in our hands. I feel that we can continue and we can grow and we can become even better. And that's our goal. In fact, I remember years ago sitting with Koki and many people saying, what is the goal? Why are we doing what we're doing? And it's always been the same answer. Happiness is the goal. And we've always looked at the present moment and said, where are we? And the answer has always been, today is beautiful. And I would be delighted to invite you to participate and to take part in this amazing story. It's a long story that began 43 years ago in the US, 10 years ago in Japan, and now together we go into the future. Thank you for all of your support, and I thank you for all of your trust and your loyalty. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh my gosh, this is very, very special. We were in Kyoto, and we went to an indigo dye factory, and this is leather, and I signed with wax. Today is beautiful, and when I signed this with wax candle, and then they dip in indigo dye. And this was a gift that was sent to me from Japan. It's very special, one of a kind. So here we present it in the store. It's so beautiful. And it's very high quality leather, but it's very personal to me. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity. So interesting to come upstairs. I've been here for 43 years, and we built the upstairs about 25 years ago. So even the upstairs has been around a very long time. I'd like to point out that Horse & Boots is a very special brand for us, especially in Japan. So I'd like to welcome everybody from Japan to see that we have a Horse & Boots collection here. We're very proud to work with Horse & Boots. Comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Like, stay a while, make yourself at home, sit down and relax. That's the key to being in California. So relax, take it easy, and have a good time. The most important thing is I want everybody to have fun, you know? I love the clothes. I love it. I love it. Sometimes I think about Hollywood, and the store is not actually in Hollywood, but I feel like we're the store of Hollywood. So when I see things like this, the world is yours. Of course, this is, Al Pacino said this, is the world is yours. What a wonderful thought, you know? It was from Scarface, from a movie. So it's a little like Hollywood.
Really appreciate it. Great afternoon.
One thing
Sorry about that.
I think the people are really important. I love working with the people that I get to work with, some of the most interesting people. Do you know that Josh here, who works and is the general manager of our store, he is a very good photographer. And he takes great photographs of California. And we actually sell his photographs. He's a great guy. Boy, if any of you ever come to Ron Herman here in Los Angeles, come upstairs and ask for Josh. I promise you we'll have a good time. And he's the manager of our store.
Wow.
Yes, and he does a darn good job.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a great guy. We've actually sold his photographs. It's really fun.
Yeah. Thank you. Cool. Yeah. All right, Jesse, are you in now?
Yeah. No,
Thank you. Take care, man.
One of the nice things about upstairs is that every day, going right here, we get to see a sunset. There's a patio here, our customers can relax and enjoy, and there's a sunset, depending on which time of year, but there's a sunset that goes right there by the palm trees every single night. So it's a very special place, especially in the evening, and the colors change, the sky, and I'm very grateful to work in such a beautiful environment. Welcome to California, where I was born and raised. I've lived here all my life. This is like my home, actually, when I think about it. I grew up here, I met my wife here, our children were all born in Los Angeles. They've worked in our store. It's a really good family experience. I've really enjoyed it. Now I get to look forward to working with the Ron Herman family in Japan, and that makes it even more exciting because our future is going to be assured, and I get to work with some of the most incredible people that I've met over the last 10 years. I'd like to talk more about that, and I'd like to express my gratitude a little bit more. So I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But, it's a beautiful store and some beautiful people. And our customers have been so loyal. Actually, we're probably selling to 3 generations of customers now.
The meaning of Ron Herman is sort of, it's hard to articulate because there's so many intangibles that come into play. I'm a lifelong surfer, and you know, growing up surfing and skateboarding, when I go into the world of Ron Herman, I can relate to the feeling and the styling and the mood of everything. But then there's also this incredible sense of style, but it's effortless style. And so when you think about marrying these worlds, like the best parts of like my love of the ocean and surfing and the sea with fashion and culture globally, you know, I think for me it was just always a really comfortable place to find inspiration and to discover new things that were happening in fashion, but always through my surfing lens growing up on the beaches of California. Is that helpful? I have a book. Can I go grab a book that I could show? Because I'll be right back. So this book, this is fun to talk about for me. This book is something that we call The Nature of Ron Herman. And essentially what it was is right after Ron had done the deal in Japan, he was looking for a way to inspire his new family in Japan. And so Ron asked me to work with him and his team here in creating essentially what would become nothing more than an inspirational blueprint for the family in Japan to take ideas from and learn a little bit about the history, but with the goal was not to ever dictate to anyone what they should be doing. It was simply meant to inspire the team. And so that is such an incredible gift from someone who has as much history as Ron to create something that was never about like, here, this is what you should do. It was, this is what I've done. let it inspire what you want to do in Japan. And I think I've worked on a lot of things in my career. I would say that of all the things that I've done, the Nature of Ron Herman book is probably one of my favorite. There's Koki. Ron was so excited about his new family there, and you know, it was just a really amazing. You know, it was all about having these discussions. It was all about having discussions and inspiring and sharing ideas, and you know, I love just like, it was always about creating these collages, and I think we called them lush visual landscapes. It was not about words, because words get lost in translation. It was about sharing beautiful visuals and references that the team in Japan could take and build from. Here was the original parking lot jam that we created, and I can't remember the year we did that, but the parking lot jam is something they just brought back and launched a couple weeks ago in Japan. So yeah, trying to find, you know, it's just all, this whole book is just about our lifestyle on the coast here, and how Ron, over, you know, so many years, since the 70s, has curated both our lifestyle here in California, but paired it so beautifully with what was happening in fashion and global culture. I love this Joshua tree. So, basically what this is, the Nature of Ron Herman was the best parts of Ron Herman's history with the best parts of California. To Ron, Koki, and the entire Japanese Ron Herman family, the seeds you guys have planted along the way has turned into a wild and verdant garden, and it brings so much inspiration to me and everyone who visits your stores. Congratulations on an amazing 10 years, and I look forward to so many great years and creative adventures ahead of us. Congratulations, you guys. I love being a part of this family. You guys are amazing. 10 years, awesome.
It was probably about 13 years ago, and I had wanted to meet Ron for a long time, but I couldn't figure out how to make it happen. And I wasn't able to get an appointment with Ron Herman to be able to sell him my original collection. So I tried to figure out what to do. So I decided to compose an email that I thought would make him an offer he couldn't refuse. But of course I didn't know his email address. So I made it up. I sent it to Ron Herman at Ron Herman, Ron at Ron Herman, RH at Ron Herman. I just guessed a bunch of email addresses. And the next day I got a response back. And Ron said, "I'm interested, but what's the catch?" I said, "There's no catch. It would just be such an honor to be able to work with you that I'd love to develop a partnership." And so we met, and the rest is history. Ron Herman Japan, I've enjoyed every minute of every grand opening that you've had over the last 10 years. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've given to Frank and Eileen and included us in such a magical experience.
Ikari-san, I got to know her about 11 years ago, first time we met, and honestly I think she looked exactly the same. You know, she looked like just always 20s for me, and I can't believe she's now mom, you know, and I'm so happy for her. I feel like I was, last 10 years there's a lot of things going on with Ikari-san, and she She joined Ron Harmon and she made a huge success with Ron Harmon. And she's married 2 years ago and now she has a baby. She's an amazing woman. She's very, very quiet, and I think I would say she's very Japanese at some point. And then she just surprised me when you just go to Ron Harmon, and it's like, wow, you know. I don't know how she does all the things, you know, like buying every single thing, and she remembers every single thing. And what I'm impressed with her, we do a lot of collaboration with Ron Harmon. It's been actually 10 years we've been collaborating every single season. And she comes here and she tries everything and to make sure it fits on her, she feels it, and I'm sure she does for every single brand. And I think it's just amazing. She's wonderful. Congratulations for 10-year anniversary, and I'm very, very honored to be part of it. And I feel like we grew up older together because our company is 12 years old and Ron Harmon is 10 years old, and I really feel we are family, you know, and I just hope we have many years to go together, and much love and success. Thank you.
Hi everybody, welcome to our home. This is where Carol and I live, and we have lived here for 30 years. So we worked together, we built Ron Harmon together, and all of the stores, and so we're happy to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Ron Harmon, and you know, we hope to be there together with you to share this very special time.
All right, so 10 years ago, Ron met this guy, Koki. I don't know who Koki was, and all I know is a year later, Ron was getting on a plane and going to open a store with Koki in Japan. I said goodbye, good luck, and that was that. 10 years later, here we are.
Wow.
And it's been great, and we've met a lot of wonderful people in Japan. We have a lot of wonderful partners from Japan, and we're still going.
Yeah, we are. And that's the story, as told by Carol Herman. I see the sunshine and the water, and we live by the ocean. I think there's a certain synergy between Japan and California. There's a certain relationship that feels very comfortable. I'm very comfortable going to Japan. Carol and I have visited Japan many times. We have friends in the hotels and restaurants. We have friends in the stores, and I just feel at home there. And so I'm thankful to all of you for making us feel welcome in Japan.
We've had some great times in Japan with not only going to the stores and seeing the way Ron Harmon has been translated from California to Japan, and the way the vision is really a beautiful interpretation of what was started here 40 years ago.
Yeah, today is beautiful.
Today is beautiful.
Today is beautiful.
It is.
That's the nature of Ron Harmon. That today is beautiful. And we believe that
Happiness is the goal.
And that happiness is the goal. There you go. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.